Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can make a earthquake visualizer in Python. And without wasting any more time, let's get into the video. So guys, the first thing that we need to do is import matplotlib.pyplot as plt. So we need to import this. Now we also need to import some more things. So let's first import everything. So from mpl underscore toolkits dot basemap. So basically I'm using base maps, and you also need to install it. You can search on Google how you can install that. So I'm using base map basically to represent all the earthquakes on a map. Okay, so I'm using base map here. And if you are making a web app using this, then you can use leaflet that will provide a better version of map. But as we are working on Windows, we have to use base maps right now. So uh, import numpy as np, also import pandas as pd, and one more thing is we need to import mpl cursors. You will see what are the use of all of this, and I will tell you how they are working. So cursors. Okay, so we have imported and it is showing us an error. Yeah, I need to tell you one thing is that this code is not going to work in the Jupyter notebook. So it will always, at least for me, it always gives this error. So I need to download this and then run it as a separate Python file. So let's move on towards the next thing, and we will see whether it works or not. So the next thing is we need to create a map. So let's take a map equal to base map. Now we need to give here some parameters. So the first parameter will be projection equal to, and I am going to use, let's use mug. And so let me just tell you how basemap is going to work. Okay, and you will see here that what are the projections here. These all are the projections that you can use. So I'm using this. So this is going to represent it like this. There are different kind of projections. However you want, you can represent it like this, but I'm going to represent it like this. Okay, so you can check out other projections from here. Okay, so merg projections equal to merg, and the next thing that we need to give is we need to give lower left corner latitude. So that is going to basically it is asking from where we want to start our map. Let me just use this. Yeah. So basically it is asking from where do we want to start our map to show and from where we want to end it. So we are giving this position in latitude longitude, and we are giving this position in latitude longitude. So for this we need to give here -80, lower left -80, and then let's take upper right corner latitude. So that latitude is going to be 80. Okay, now the next thing that we need is lower left corner CRNR, and we need now longitude. So longitude is going to be -180. Then the upper right corner longitude is going to be 180. So this is going to show you the whole map that we need. And let's also do one more thing. So let's use resolution as C, and we'll see what it is going to do. So I cannot show you what it is going to do, but I will explain you later, don't worry, and I will explain you what this resolution is. So now let's move on. Now we can also do many things, and we cannot take it as map because it is already a keyword in Python. So let me just use m. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw coastlines. Okay, Now, and I am also going to draw states. M dot draw states. Okay, and now let's read the data first. So this is the data that we have. So if you go to this website, spreadsheet format, now you can see I have I have this data, that is, it is going to show basically earthquakes that happened in the last 30 days, and it is going to update every minute. And I have taken all the earthquakes, so this is the data that I have used, but you can use any of this data. It is up to you. And it is going to tell us the time, the latitude, longitude, depth, magnitude, everything that it is that you can think of about an earthquake. So this is a very useful site, and you can visit this site, earthquake.usgsgs.government. Now what I'm going to do is, let's read our data using pandas. So pd.read underscore csv, and we need to give here path. Okay, now it is going to read it. So now let's take all the longitude that we have, and for that what I'm going to do, for I in data and longitude. So I'm getting all the longitude values from this data variable, and I am storing them in this longitude variable. You will see why it is that. So longitude dot append, and it is going to be I. Okay, now I'm going to do the same thing for the latitude also. So let's do that. Okay, and it should be latitude, and it should be latitude. Okay, so we have done this. Now what I'm going to do is, we need to, because when we are dealing with this map, we have longitude, latitude. Okay, that is not a big problem. But when we are dealing with this map, we need to change those longitude and latitude into pixel values, because how we are going to plot it on this screen if we do not know the pixel value for that latitude and longitude. But for that we do not have to do anything. So what I'm going to do is x, y, and I'm just going to pass in the m object here, I'm just going to pass long and latitude. Or now what I'm going to do is, let's just move on. Okay, so the next thing is, we need to we also need to use the sizes. So data, and data in the data magnitude square 2. So what it is going to do, basically, when we are going to plot our circles on the places where and there has been a earthquake in the past 30 days, so it is going to take the sizes from this. So how, let's suppose our magnitude was 2, so our size of that circle will be 4. Let's suppose our magnitude was 5, then our size of that circle will be 25. So this is how it is going to work, and let's just rub this for now. Okay, now next thing is, we need to scatter all of this. So m dot scatter, and x comma y. Now we need our marker as circle, so I'm going to do this. Now we also need to color our data. So how we are going to color our data, we will color our data on the basis of the magnitude. So if the magnitude is different, then it is going to have different colors. So let's do map, mag. Also I'm going to use size as sizes, and let's take label equal to data, and it is going to label all the data on the basis of the magnitude. Basically, you will see what it is going to do. I cannot run this again and again because it cannot be done here. I have to download this as a different file. So the next thing that we need to do is, let's Okay, so let's first download this and then run this. We'll see whether we have an error or not. So let's just open CMD, and here we will use, let's go to desktop first. Now just Python, and I have to run earthquake visualizer.py. Let's see whether it works or not. And it is showing us an error. Longitude. Oh, the spelling is wrong basically. And let me do one more thing. Let me just open that Python file here, so I don't have to again and again download that file. I will just code here. Okay, so longitude spelling is wrong. It should be okay now. So it didn't show any error, but it also didn't show us anything, any output. So for that, I think I need to do this plt.show, and it should work now. Yeah, so as you can see here, we have our program here, or whatever you want to call it. We have our graph here. Now we have all of this information, and this data is updated every minute. This is all the earthquakes that has occurred in the past month. Now if you want, you can also zoom in, like let's zoom in here. So as you can see here, we have this values. And it is not showing us very detailed graph, but we will see why it is that. And for now it is working, so let's just move on. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to generate a cursor. So let's take cursor, and I will tell you what it is. So mpl cursor, and in this I'm going to give highlight equal to 2. I will tell you what it is going to do. Now let me also define one function, def change, let's say, because right now when we are just calling this, let me just show you what I am going to do. Now we cannot see any information regarding this. So what I want to do is, whenever I click on this dot basically, so it will give us the information, like whether where was this earthquake and what was its magnitude, things like that. So for this I'm going to use this. Now I'm going to make a function like this, and I'm going to give here, let's take anything, you can take anything, let's take a. Okay, so I'm going to give some values here, and now what I need to do is a dot annotation dot set underscore text, and in this basically we are adding the annotation here. Let me just complete it and I will explain it to you. Now data, in this we need the place in which we are having that earthquake. So this is the first thing that we need, data place. And after this, what I'm going to pass, I'm going to pass cell dot target, or not cell, a dot target dot index. Then I need the data. So the data would be, let's use data mag. So I'm going to use the magnitude now, and in this I'm also going to give the target basically. So target dot index. We are selecting it on the basis of point that we are clicking on. So let's suppose we are clicking on point A and B, so it is going to select that point, and when we are using this target, so it is giving us the index of that specific point so that we can access that value. Okay, so The next thing is, let's also take time. So data, time, and again the same thing, a dot target dot index, and this should be it. Now let's move on to the next thing. So now what I am going to do is a dot annotation dot arrow patch. So I am going to make an arrow using which you will see what I am saying. Basically we will make an arrow so that we can properly see our data what it is. And arrow underscore patch, we need to set it here. Now we need to give the arrow style equal to we will just keep it simple. Now also, what is the color of the foreground? So that color is going to be white. And you can also give the alpha. So alpha basically is going to give it some transparency, so I'm giving it as 0.5. Also one more thing, a dot annotation, and I'm going to give it some more use. So get underscore b box underscore patch, tch patch. So basically it is going to draw a box around everything that we have done, and we are going to set that. And the foreground color is white, and the alpha is 1 is equal to 1. Okay, so this is well and good. Now what I am going to do is, so I'm going to use cursor dot connect, and I'm going to pass add here. Now I will give the function name change. Okay, so we will see what it is going to do. Let's just save it and run this one more time. So it is giving us an error, and highlight true. Oh, and true should be capital. So let's do this, run this again. So now we have again this file. But now if you will click on something, now you will see that we have a box, we have this arrow, and we have this information. So this is the area, this is the magnitude of this, what do we say, this is the magnitude of this earthquake, and this is the time at which it was happened. So now you can also click on something else, so it will show you everything that you need to see. Okay, and again if you will see here, so these are so small because the magnitude is small. So because the magnitude was small of these earthquakes, and as I told you earlier that we have mapped our earthquake size to the sizes of these boxes or these circles. So if we'll see just this, you can see it is a 3.3 what do we say, it is just a 3.3 magnitude earthquake. If you will see this, and this is only a 1.0 magnitude earthquake in Alaska. So guys, this was it for this video, and I hope that you understood the concept. But before we go, let me just explain it one more time, that what we are doing in this part. Basically I have created a cursor using which I was able to click on those dots. Okay, and I said that whenever I click on those dots, I need to call this function. So as it was passing it on that specific dot and its location, so what we can do is basically what we have done is basically we have set the text that we have given the location, the magnitude, and the time of the earthquake. Okay, and we have given us the arrow. The style is simple, and the arrow color is white, and it is also a little bit transparent. Now we have also uh, colored white our box that was surrounding, like, so this is the box and it has a background color of white. So this is what we did in this part. And I think other parts were pretty easy. So I hope that you understood everything here, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.